Howdy, folks. Kind of a last-minute decision to do this live feed because if you watch past live feeds, I'm into NFL football, and I was going to wait until after all the games were done before I did a live feed, but I still have until noon to do this live feed. I did usually in the title of these things I will put the different projects I'll be working on, but I figured I'd just start with this one. And after all the football is over for the day, I'll do another live stream. We still have Santa to do and potentially Ezekiel Elliott. Got 3 people watching so far. We appreciate you. Sorry for not scheduling this ahead of time, but it's people got football, they got church, they got all kinds of stuff on Sundays. So anybody that chooses to take time out of their day to watch, we appreciate you. And you bet your butt I got Dr. Pepper ready. I almost thought I was out. I was going to have to go out and get some because that right there is a sin. We can't be running low on Dr. Pepper. All right, so y'all feel free to comment and question if you're watching on Facebook. Every now and then I'm told the feed is, or the quality of the feed is better on YouTube. If you're interested, I go by Charles Deering Scroll on there, or just Charles Deering should be able to find me. I'd appreciate it if you do subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of live videos happening and notifications of project videos being uploaded. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and get going. We got 5 watching on Facebook, 1 on YouTube. We appreciate you. I will get all my Dr. Pepper out of the way and we'll get going. And I will do another live feed later today when the Maple Tree Studios, Mr. Dale just got done with a live stream. Y'all check out Maple Tree Studios on YouTube. He talks funny, but he's a good scroller. Yes, I was about to say I owe you a William Shatner. He was talking about my Yoda impression yesterday. Talking like this, I did. But now I got to try to do William Shatner because people got to start talking about Star Trek. Well, what little viewers I have now, I might just run off, but I got to think of a sentence to do. I can't stand William Shatner. That was sort of a William Shatner. I hope that works for you, Dale. Yeah. The pain, the misery, I can't stand William Shatner. The man can't act. Dale, did I even get close to nailing it? Come on now, work with me. That's affirmative, Captain. You cannot act. That was a weak Spock. I'm not a Trekkie. I never thought. My God. I never thought William Shatner could act worth a crap. He's funny in his later roles, but man, on Star Trek, that man overacted. Watching him get shot, he just walked around like a ballet dancer. I may have lost viewers. It might have been Trekkies. What's up, Nathan? How you doing, baby? Appreciate it. Hey, Vince, how you doing? Vince Moser, good flag maker, wooden flag maker. And he sent me a couple stencils, which I appreciate. So, Dale, did I get close enough for your approval on William Shatner? Because I wasn't prepared. I just knew it's fun to try to do an imitation of him. But Yoda, you will hear more of. This is not my baby. Or my baby, this is not. Sorry, I have to rethink. I had to talk like Yoda over here. And I went right into New York. What's up with me here? Sound effects provided by Dr. Pepper. Uh-oh. Vince Moser said he sent a few people over my way this morning. I appreciate it, Vince. Hopefully I can appease them. All right. We're going to get going on Baby Yoda. I just promised Maple Tree Studios, Dale Kirkwood, that I would try to do a William Shatner impression. Hook and Saw, I don't believe I've seen him before. He said, never been a Trekkie. I'm here for Star Wars. By God, I definitely prefer Star Wars. Although I watched the original Star Wars stuff as a kid, and I'm 49 now, and boy, there's definitely a difference in the acting and the effects since Star Wars first came out. But I appreciate you being here, Hook and Saw. Appreciate you. Yeah, Maple Tree Studios is a Scottish guy living in the UK, and I always give him crap about his accent. He types very clearly, but you try to listen to him, it's a little hard to understand. Love you. All right, so we're going to get into scrolling. Sorry for coughing into the mic. I'm still getting used to having one right by my mouth. Well, Dale, you haven't given me the verdict yet. Hook and Saw just subbed. That pumpkin looks so cool. Okay, I'll get to looking. My memory is terrible. I got to go around and look. One for a pattern, Golden Girls, and one for help with antler horn cleaning. Thank you, Vince. I haven't really done a whole lot when it comes to antlers. But yeah, cleaning is pretty much universal. But I appreciate you sending them to me. Now we got 5 on Facebook, 3 on YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here. Feel free to share. If you want people to laugh at me, that'll work. I can live with that. I'm just settling up because this was literally a last minute decision to do the live stream, but I will return later after football is done. I don't play fantasy football, but I need Dak to play good too, because it's about time they beat a team with a winning record. Dad's just saying. I love my Cowboys, but I want to be a little prouder. Okay. I hope I can help too, Vince. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you sending them to me. I'm wiping dust off of stuff here. Okay, so we're going to get to scrolling. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them out there. And if they're family friendly, I will repeat them and respond to them. By golly. Here we go. This Baby Yoda, as shown, is available on woodenvisions.com. Right here. Well, that's a shame. I don't have the whole name in there. That's a sin. woodenvisions.com. For scroll saw patterns, finished pieces, you have to message me privately, but I have this design as is and one with a border around it in case you want to frame it for whatever reason. But also a little over 1,785 other patterns and stuff. By God, I bet you can find something you like. All right, now why don't I just get my Dr. Pepper ready, and then we'll start scrolling so y'all don't run off yet. Well, a couple already have. Maybe they didn't like my William Shatner. And he says 8 out of 10 for the Shatner. Okay, I see how you are. Yeah, I didn't really prep on that, did I? And now I need to check out Hook and Saw to see what they're talking about, because I don't recognize the name, but I'm always open to looking at other channels. But I just got done watching, literally just got done watching Dale Kirkwood Maple Tree Studios on YouTube. He was doing a live stream. All right, let's go. Using a number 5 spiral, flat-ended Flying Dutchman from woodenteddybear.com. And the saw is a 22-inch Hagner. Can be bought at advancedmachinery.com. Tell them Charles Deering sent you. It may not help you any, but I'm trying to let them know I'm touting their saw. I do not have any sponsors, so my opinions are my own. They are not influenced by anybody. Even if I have sponsors, they don't influence my opinion, and they wouldn't be my sponsors unless I agreed with their products and customer service. Anyway, won't go off on that tangent. I had a sponsor in the past, but I severed those ties because I will not do drama publicly. Not all the time, anyway. All right, let's get going here. Started out with the face. I always start out with the face on anything that has a face. Even Lightning McQueen, a car, had a face, so I always start on the eyes and then just move around the face, and then there's no particular order after that. Well, I say always start with the eyes. I always cut the perimeter out first. It lessens the bulkiness and the weight, although this piece is pretty small compared to what I usually do. Now I will continue this live feed until noon my time, which is an hour and 5 minutes, but I will be back later in the day or night, depending on what time zone you're in watching. I also have a Santa design to work on, and just who knows what else. If there's any specific projects y'all want to see me work on, feel free to let me know, and I'll consider that for a future live feed, because I plan on doing this till I'm dead. At least one live feed a day, if not two. And if I do 2 live feeds on a Sunday with football being played, that's dedication right there, by God. And I'm not one of those people that boycotted football because of all the people kneeling, for 2 reasons. Because the Dallas Cowboys, that's my preferred team, they weren't doing the kneeling. And plus I need entertainment. But don't misunderstand. I'm very patriotic, and I'm very irked at those people that will kneel. But here's my view on it, because I know all of you want to know. I am not saying that those people don't have a reason to, and when I say those people, I'm referring to those that kneel. I'm not saying that about a race. There are issues in this world, inequality and oppression and brutality, that leans towards one race more than another. I don't doubt that at all. My problem is using the anthem to protest. And I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of expression. But the way I see it, they're representing a city and an organization when they're on that field. Nobody pays to see them protest. That is my complaint about them protesting. They have the spotlight already, being an athlete in the public eye. They can do it when they're not playing. So that's how I feel about that. I knew you wanted to know. Hello, Roberta Morton. Appreciate you watching. So that's how I feel about the whole thing. I don't blame them for protesting. I just blame them for protesting at the game and on the field. But that's why I don't like it when celebrities use their image to tout or slam politicians. People don't pay to see that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but pick and choose where you show it. But y'all aren't paying me for this live feed, is why I'm throwing you all my opinions. So I'm kind of contradicting myself, but by golly. I don't usually go up on these soapboxes. I usually try to teach and try to be funny, and I don't know how well I'm doing at either one, but it is what it is. If you've watched past live feeds, I will repeat myself, things I've said in past live feeds, because some people might be brand new to the live feeds. And I want to help beginners if I can. Again, I'm using a number 5 spiral flat-ended Flying Dutchman. Pegasus blades are sharper, but Flying Dutchman has the flat ends, which works best on this saw, which is a 22-inch Hegner. German-made saw, sold by advancedmachinery.com. All right. If y'all have any questions or comments, throw them out there, and I'll respond. It's funny, too, because this is the first live feed that I'm aware of that I've doubted how I feel about a controversial topic, but biggest reason being is probably that I treat my viewers like my everyday friends, because a lot of them are, and I talk to my friends. And I went way off the line there because it doesn't really matter, because it's just a shadow in the clothing, so there's no specific shape to it. The number 5 is a very large, very thick spiral blade. Smallest I usually go is the number 3. They do make them smaller, but I don't usually need much smaller. Cliff Huggins says, how much does a saw like that cost? I have a big box saw and not too happy with it. First of all, thank you for watching, Cliff Huggins. This one is, I want to say, a tad over $1,000. I don't remember. It's been a while since I bought one. Yeah, it's considered a high-end saw, but it truly is worth the money. It is a workhorse. I've had it for years, and all I've had to replace is these little plastic rollers right here. Or they're actually vinyl, but nothing else has gone mechanically wrong with it. Kim McCrory, Dixie Dog, appreciate you. He says, scroll on, baby. He doesn't say the baby part. That's my thing. I wish I could give you an exact quote, Cliff Huggins, but go to advancedmachinery.com or Google Hegner scroll saw. Other than Amazon, or Amazon will probably have a comparable, comparable price. So if you go to Amazon, type in Hegner 22-inch saw, or go to advancedmachinery.com, that should give you a more accurate number. I'm actually kind of curious now. I want to say around $1,200 or $1,100. I don't remember. Sorry, I was covering the mic. But I encourage any and all questions, even if they're not scroll sawing related. And if you're watching for the first time, I tend to end my live feeds and live shows and stuff like that with the word scroll on. That's where Ken got that from. And I also, on woodenvisions.com, I have, right now there's t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that say scroll on them, but I changed suppliers for those, so I don't have the caps on there yet, but I got to set that up because it's a special embroidery thing. But I can show you the one I do have at some point. That will be on the website. Not dirty, it'll come clean. But this one's covered in sawdust, but I hope to provide those because I'm a cat wearer. But I like pocketed t-shirts. I don't buy a whole lot of t-shirts. Nathan Leisure says, and you're welcome, Cliff Huggins. Nathan Leisure says, how do you put your really big patterns on wood perfectly? I like drawing mine on, but rapid resizer print 7 papers sometimes. That's how I do it, is I use rapid resizer. You tell it the width that you want the piece to be, and it will print them out. It's not always precise. Maybe it's just the way I'm doing it. But you tape all the pieces together, and then you, at least in my case, I use carbon paper, sometimes referred to as transfer paper. They come in big sheets, but I cut them down into page size. These are all used. But then I just trace the pattern onto the wood, and then it looks like that. And some people are saying, well, why are you tracing when you could just tape it or glue it? Well, number one, spirals tend to pull up stuff. And for me, it's therapeutic to listen to music or podcast or sing or whatever the case may be while I'm tracing it onto the wood. So I hope that answered your question. Ken McCrory says, I have the Charlie t-shirt. Sweet. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Thank you. You were one of about 2 people that bought one. Maple Tree Studios, Dale Kirkwood says, Charles, I'm heading into the house for some food. Well, who wants to eat when Charlie's scrolling? Come on now. I'm just messing with you. He says, I'll rejoin in a bit, and I appreciate you. Got 8 on Facebook, 9 on YouTube. We appreciate y'all watching. Wesley Balco, hello, everybody. And at least once during every live feed that Wes joins, he'll say, you're not done yet? Oh. or he blames it on his daughter. I scroll slow and I babble a lot, but I try to teach every now and then. And Nathan Laser says it does. Thanks. You're welcome. And it is not mandatory to trace your pattern onto wood. I just choose to do that for therapeutic reasons, and I can sand the carbon paper lines off if need be. And when I am sanding those lines off and the fuzzies that happen with using a spiral blade, I will use a palm sander and needle files. Needle files get in those little areas, but you don't want to use a palm sander unless you've saved a lot of the waste areas to put back into place so that you have a broader surface for that palm sander to ride on. But if you try to use a palm sander on a brittle piece without any of the waste pieces put back in place, it will probably destroy it. Well, I say probably, but it happened to me once, and I learned. Good day to you, Charles, says Sam Buck. Hello, Sam Buck. I believe he's one of my newest Facebook friends. Appreciate you watching, buddy. Ken McCrory says, about time for the Carolina Panthers to lose. I mean, play. That's funny right there. And yes, I snorted, but it was on purpose. But, you know, I'm not going to make fun of you, my Cowboys. I've said it on other live feeds, but how can a team rock one year and then completely stink the next year? I don't get it. Unless there's like a whole team change, how do you forget how to tackle and all that other crap? Don't get me started. My Dallas Cowboys don't even play till 3:25 my time, but I like following other games too to see who stands where. Mainly our division rivals, the Eagles, Redskins, and Giants. The Eagles are the only potential threat to winning the division, but I want to see them lose. That's why I watch. It also keeps me in football mode. I used to be big time into NASCAR, and then Dale Jr. retired, and now I haven't looked back. And the ideal redneck watches NASCAR and football, but I guess I'm only half an ideal redneck. Midnight Joker, Mr. Mike Kim. Appreciate you being back. Burton Soares. Hi, sir. Love from India. Hello. Burton, appreciate you watching, and I'm in Gatesville, Texas. What time is it there in India? And I know Midnight Joker Mike is 6 hours ahead of me, so that would make it 5 p.m., 5:07 p.m. his time, I think. I use both my brain cells to do that math, so don't rely on it. And yes, I'm sitting here talking about football. We don't have to stay on topic here, but if anybody has a question or comment regarding scroll sawing, I will address it. I don't like dead air, so I'm always babbling. Excuse me, I burp inwards. Let me turn this right side up for those that may want to see what it looks like. That's the best I can do without hiding it behind the saw. 10:40 p.m. Holy crud. Ken McCrory says, yep, okay, I was right about 5 p.m. But wow, it's 10:40 p.m. in India. Ken McCrory says Buccaneers won 3 games. 2 was the Panthers. I'm sorry. Wesley Balco said sorry, I got a notification that got in the way of the comments. Wesley Balco said, got Elsa and Anna printed 16 by 16, so once we get through the crazy holiday schedules and junk, Piper will get on it. Piper is his daughter. She's excited and will be her biggest project on her and first deering pattern. First of many, I hope. Appreciate you, and good luck on that. Sam Buck says, it's high noon here in the great state of Maine, by golly. So Maine is 1 hour ahead of Texas. Kim McCrory says, cool that is, and then that's a reference to yesterday's live feed. Y'all missed it when I was doing Yoda impressions. Don't let your heart be trouble, because you know me, I'm going to do more Yoda impressions. Cool that is. Midnight Joker says, have you ever tried barefoot on a cutout. I don't know what you mean by that, honestly, Mike. Have you ever tried barefoot on a cutout? I don't. Do you mean like a barefoot footprint thing? I don't know what the heck you're saying. We got 5 watching on Facebook and 6 on YouTube. I am told that YouTube has slightly better video quality. I could be wrong. Facebook might limit the video quality. But if you want to join me on Facebook, I go by the Charles Daring, and that's all one word on Facebook. And on YouTube, I go by Charles Daring Scroll, or you can just look up Charles Daring. You should be able to find it. And if you do, please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of when I go live and when I upload project videos. But yeah, my Midnight Joker, you might want to clarify. I don't know what you mean. Have you ever tried barefoot on a cutout? Yeah. Why did I undo that? Because I'm an idiot. That's what it is. Cool, that is. Thank you. I have a bunch of. This is Baby Yoda. I have a bunch of adult Yoda patterns on woodenvisions.com where I have sayings with them, or you can get just Yoda. But I also have this version of Baby Yoda and one just like this with a border around it, in case that's more your thing. And 1,780 something other things. I do not have finished pieces available on woodenvisions.com yet, but someday I shall. Okay, Midnight Joker, you're leaving me hanging. What do you mean by barefoot scrolling or barefoot on a cutout? I might have been close with. I don't know. I don't want to assume what the heck he means, so hopefully he'll clarify it for me. And come on now, pilot hole's in there somewhere. There we go. Appreciate everybody taking time out of their Sunday to watch. But just know, if you've never been on a live feed, every couple cuts, there is a Dr. Pepper swig to keep me going. He said, stood with bare feet on a cutout piece of waste wood, sharp and painful they are. No, sir, I have not done that. My feet are very tender. I didn't know your question was that simple. I thought it was, yeah. No, I've never scrolled barefoot, but I don't wear pants. I'm kidding. Stop. Don't start rumors. It's a total joke. And don't worry, folks. I am a family-friendly live feeder. I don't do things inappropriately, except for what I just said, but I won't go any further than that. I just try to be funny, and sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. God, I love Dr. Pepper. Okay. But no, I can honestly say I've never stepped barefoot on wastewood. Heck, I don't even go outdoors barefoot. I'm just a tenderfoot. Unless I know there's no debris around me. I've been known to go barefoot. It's just not my common thing. All right, y'all throw any questions or comments you got out there, and I will scroll while talking. Doesn't have to be on topic. I'll answer anything for the most part. I wonder if when they started doing The Mandalorian, if they knew just how popular this Baby Yoda was going to be. Thus far, he does not have a name. They call him the kid or the child. But if you're being technical, it's not Yoda, because I had to be informed of this. I mean, I like Star Wars, but I don't keep up with the particulars. But they say the timeline wouldn't allow it for it to actually be Yoda as a baby. So it's probably just the same species, and some people might even think it might even be a clone. I don't know. You'll have to consult your local Star Wars professional. But I knew with the trend going, I had to design a Yoda, a Baby Yoda. Kim McCrory says you just don't go barefoot in Texas. Well, you can. A lot of people do, but I don't. They say you're not a Texan until you've stepped in a fresh cow patty barefoot. And I can honestly say that's never happened to me. I've stepped in cow patties, but never on purpose, and definitely not barefoot. Cow patties for you Yankees means poop. Cow poop. Okay. That's as dirty as this show will ever get that I'm aware of. I've been that way all my life, though. I've never been able to walk around barefoot. Well, I say all my life. When I was little, I stubbed my toe a lot and messed up a whole lot of toenails. So I guess that's why I stopped going barefoot. And if you're just joining, I will be doing another live feed today. I'm into NFL football, so in just a minute under 45 minutes from now, I will stop to watch football. But after the 3:25 games end, which is in the neighborhood of 6 p.m.-ish my time, I will start another live feed. I don't want to pre-schedule it at a specific time because I don't know how things will go, but it'll be in the neighborhood of 6 p.m. my time. I will start another live feed. You have my word, unless I fall over dead. And Kim McCrory says, food, glorious food. And so he's trying to get me to stop this live feed to go eat. But I ate before the feed. You're welcome. Because I care about the people. I'm kidding. Nathan Leisure says, I will be back for your later stream. Scroll on, baby. I appreciate it. He didn't say the baby part. I just always throw it in. Thank you for watching, Nathan. And Nathan, you never asked your question. All I saw was that you needed my help, but you didn't ask a question, unless I missed it. Anyway, whether it's on topic or not, y'all are welcome to say something out there. I'll respond to it. And as far as the detail I usually do in patterns, this is relatively simple compared to most of them. When I first did this design, it was more detailed, but I knew I had to reduce the detail because, number one, to be geared towards people that want simpler designs, and because sometimes, even though the detail's there in a photo, it doesn't always translate well into a pattern. But if you're interested in the thought processes I go through and the methods I go through on designing patterns, I do have 4 or 5 instructional how-to videos on woodenvisions.com about how to make certain themes of patterns, and they're very thorough. Every decision change I have in real time you hear about, I know I babble, but I try to let you know why I changed my mind, what I was thinking when I did it, blah, 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 blah. So there should be very little questions left unanswered, but I encourage questions if you have them. But yeah, if you're interested in making your own patterns and not having to pay somebody to make them for you from photos, I highly encourage y'all to go check those out. There's about 4 or 5 of them. Ken McCrory says the warden is calling. Be back later. Scroll on. Apparently he's married as well. Appreciate you watching, Ken. All right. So Dale's got his food. I got my Baby Yoda and my scroll saw and my Dr. Pepper. All is good in the world. On we must scroll. But if you are a fan of live feeds, go check out Maple Tree Studios on YouTube. There's also a show out there, what I call Let's Talk Russ with Russ. And me, Dale Kirkwood, which is Maple Tree Studios. Julian Martinez and Jamie Page will, when we can get all our crap together, we will be doing a live show on YouTube called Team Scroll Saw. So keep your eye out for that. We'll all announce it because I think it's going to be streamed to all of our channels, but I don't know which channel it'll be based on. We got 2 watching on Facebook and 5 on YouTube. Please feel free to comment or tell me to shut up, whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean I'll shut up, but you can tell me to. If you're watching on YouTube and want to connect on Facebook, I go by The Charles Daring. That's all one word on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook and want to connect on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that bell, and you'll never miss a notification. I'm going to try to do at least 1 live feed a day, if not 2. Today will probably be 2. But I believe there's a way on Facebook to be notified when so-and-so goes live. So if you're on Facebook, click on that. I don't know what to tell you about how to do that. The only options I've ever seen is during a live feed, it'll say be notified when so-and-so goes live, but I don't know if there's a way to do that when they're not live. And those that have followed me or been friends with me for a while know that this is pretty small compared to what I usually cut. But if you ever see me trying to sell anything as a finished piece, I can always make more, so you're never limited. And I'm not a Christmas time only seller. I don't sell a whole lot because my marketing and salesmanship kind of stinks, but so there's that. No rhyme or reason to the order I'm cutting the stuff in, other than the face. I start with the face. After that, I just pretty much jump around. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Beautiful weather here in Gatesville, Texas. 45 minutes southwest of Waco. So those of y'all that watch all my live feeds are probably tired of hearing me repeat the same stuff, but by God, do what I gotta do, I reckon. Let me go ahead and turn it right side up so y'all can see what it looks like. And if any of y'all are watching this and you think one of your friends or one or more of your friends would enjoy it, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it to other folks and say, hey, check this guy out. He's kind of weird, but he scrolls decent. Or if you want to learn, feel free to ask questions. I don't know all the answers, but the ones I do, I'll share with you. I'm not one of those guys that has to be viral or worldwide famous. I just want to help folks. If I can make a difference to 1 or 2 people, that's fine. There's a lot of good scroll sawyers out there. To me, the good ones are the ones that can use a flat blade and a spiral. But I only use spirals, so I'm not one to ask regarding flat-bladed questions. I use primarily number 3 and number 5, most often number 5. Because it's larger, which therefore lasts longer, unless you're like me and you force the blade too much and break them. But I also usually cut much larger pieces. But any question I can't answer, I will try to point you to someone who can. But rest assured, I don't know all there is to know. I think all of us learn daily if we're open to learning. All right, no more comments. We got 9 folks watching. We appreciate you. I'm going to try to slow down the talking unless I think of something, because you know me. I got the window open because it's such a nice day, but I'm surprised the roosters aren't trying to make themselves known. If y'all ever see me online, you hear and see me going back and forth. That's me using the spiral blade as a little mini sander to get a bump or a wave out of the line. And if you haven't seen past live feeds, one of the reasons I'm trying to do all these live feeds, it keeps me motivated to cut. And when people are watching it, it motivates me to cut longer than I usually would, except for when you use spray paint in a closed shop and the fumes get to coming. Hook and Saw asked, do you make this pattern from an image? Did you make this pattern from an image? Yes, sir, I did. That's pretty much the only way I make patterns is from images. I almost never draw them out of my head. Midnight Joker says, hi, JSG. And JSG says, hi, Midnight. Midnight Joker is Mike Kim. I don't know if I'm familiar with JSG woodworking, but hello, JSG, and good to see you. If you tell me your name, I'll try to remember it. But excuse me, it's not mandatory to tell me your name because some people want anonymity. That's easy to say. My name is Charles Daring, or Charlie, or just whatever the heck you want to call me. But on social media, you'll only find me under Charles Daring, not Charlie Daring. But you're welcome to call me Charlie. After this cut, I'll turn it around right side up so y'all can see what it's looking like. And I'll go back to it. Believe it or not, I have to have large photos and as clearly focused as possible and as close up as possible to work from. And it was, believe it or not, it was hard to find good photos of Baby Yoda to work from. JSG Woodworking is Jacob. Hopefully I can remember that, Jacob. Forgive me if I don't. Apparently Maple Tree Studios knows Jacob because he sounded excited. He says, "My name is Charles Deering, but my friends call me Charles Deering." I have friends. Just kidding. Um, Jacob says, "I was looking at some of your patterns last night. Appreciate you, Jacob. Uh, I'm running a special. If you buy one, I'll let you buy more." Sorry for the sarcasm there, but I'm not known for my seriousness. But yeah, I appreciate you looking at them. They'll always be there unless I croak. And one link belt says, "Howdy," and howdy right back at you, sir, or ma'am. Sorry, I don't know what your gender is, but I appreciate you watching. Haven't gotten a whole lot of female viewers. I got 2 last night. That was kind of cool. Not because I'm biased. It's just kind of cool to see a mix of folks in here. I just found another dang spot that I forgot to drill a pilot hole. Dag nabbit. Okay, for the sake of this live feed, I'll just cut right into it because it would take 3 hours to drill that pilot hole. I'm being sarcastic. Jacob says he has a lot of other groups I watch also. He is a lot of the, I don't know what that means, but sorry, it's not hard to confuse me. Yeah, I just have one single cut that I forgot to drill a pilot hole, but just for the sake of this live feed, I can connect it right here. It won't make much of a difference. It's just, and I forgot to hold this right side up for y'all. Forgive me, I have lied to you. There we are, right side up. Oh, you're so cute, you know? You just take a little look at that. Isn't it so cute? Yeah, I'm known for being macho. Oh, crap. Good point, Mike. He asked if I borrowed a sheet from my wife. I completely forgot because I'm a dork. But no, I haven't done that yet. I need to because that would diffuse the light. We wouldn't have this dang. I can't believe I forgot that. As much of a deal as I made about it last night. Yeah, I completely forgot, and I couldn't do it without her noticing. So I'm gonna ask because I don't want to get trouble or get shot on a live feed. Who is in a lot of the live feeds you watch, Jacob? That's where my confusion is. No, now, Mike, I can't believe I forgot to. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. I can't believe I forgot to get the sheet after all that discussion. I have been known to sneak off with a few towels, but never a sheet. I don't even know if we have any white ones. But I will try to remember for this evening's feed, which will be approximately 6.5 hours from now. I will try to remember to get that sheet. For those that don't know what the heck we're talking about getting a sheet for diffusing the fluorescent light above me so we don't have this distracting glare. I hope me covering the mic soften the loud sound of me sneezing. Mike, why did you let me forget that sheet? Oh, Maple. Me, says Maple. Okay, me says Maple. Yeah. I do know, this is random. I was talking about Yoda and trying to do an impression of him, but from everything I've read and heard, a lot of people, their least favorite character on Star Wars is Jar Jar Binks. No, I can't do Jar Jar Binks because I haven't watched him enough to do a good impression of him. Misa, sorry. Oh, stop with the impressions, Charlie. Only Yoda you must do. Okay, now I know. Sorry, Jacob. It doesn't take much for my 2 brain cells to collide. Now, what? Make one bad joke and 2 viewers leave? Wow, sensitive. I think Jar Jar Binks would make for a funny little pattern, but most people don't like him, so I don't know if it'd be worth the time. Definitely a unique looking feller. But I think his character is meant to be annoying, but I think it backfired, and a lot of people just don't like him. I don't know. I'm not a aficionado. I'm trying not to sniff with this mic so close to my face, but after sneezing, I feel the need to sniff a lot. I'm using the blade to lightly sand away, and it's not even mandatory. It's just a standard piece of detail. There's no specific shape to it. I'm just picky sometimes. Jacob says he is my least. I know the feeling about the two brain cells. That's funny. Yeah, Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, I still can't believe going back and watching the old Star Wars. I can't believe I ever liked it. I mean, I like Star Wars, but man, the acting. But back then we didn't know any better. But I feel that way about a lot of the older movies. Some of the acting was horrible. But I was right there with it when I was little. But there's one scene on one of the Star Wars movies, the older ones, where a bunch of stormtroopers are coming in an opening of a door that slides up, and one of them bumps his head. And that wasn't intentional, but they kept it in the movie. So I sort of grin every time that scene happens. I don't know which of the movies it was. But go back and watch one of the first 3 or 4, and you'll see that stormtrooper bumps his head. You even hear the sound effect, but they kept it in there. And I don't know if it's Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. I got my syllables messed up. When Han Solo and Princess Leia are outside of that bunker-looking thing, you know, in the scene with all the Ewoks or whatever the heck they're called, he reaches over without looking, puts his hand on her shoulder, and then in an appropriate spot on her chest. And so I'm not going to go into detail because I want to keep this as a friendly show, but it's just one of those little bloopers you kind of grin at when you see it. But they cut the camera away before you can see her reaction to it happening. It wasn't a pleasure thing. It was just a blooper because he wasn't looking. And the blade broke because Dale was making me scroll too fast. Dale. But fear not, we have more blades. The Hagner is the only scroll saw that has a little blade clamps like this. You can preload them, as you can see here. I have a neighborhood of 20 of them already preloaded, so that's what makes blade changing pretty quick. And the Hagner is the only one that has things like this, and there's also a little cradle underneath that holds the clamp in place. And this is unique to the Hagner, but since that broke, I'm gonna make sure my tension's correct with this blade. Pretty close. Am I the only one that knew about those bloopers in Star Wars? Come on now. Somebody back me up here. I don't know which of the early ones that was. If there's any other bloopers, I haven't heard about them. I'm actually getting a little warm in here. Sorry for those people that are dealing with snow right now. Only a little bit sorry because I love the weather here. Well, since nobody's talking, I'm going to take a sip of Dr. Pepper. So there. Y'all done run off. Hurt my feelers. Did I mention I like Dr. Pepper? I think I might have. Okay, I'll be continuing this feed for about 14 more minutes, but don't let my randomness run you off, because I can stay on topic if people ask questions and comment. But I will be back approximately 6.5 to 7 hours from now to continue live feeds. I'm going to work on this for 15 more minutes. Jacob says he knows about the Stormtrooper, but I missed the hand. And I don't know which movie that is. It's whichever one that has all the Ewoks in it. But yeah. Okay, so right around 15 minutes, a little bit less, I will be ending this one. But y'all, please come back and watch the one later. If it wasn't Sunday and it wasn't for football, I'd be scrolling longer. Feels like my tension might be a little light here. I don't have the sound to go by, but I'm going to try the tension. A bit loosened a little bit, but okay. But I hope those of you that are here for the first time won't give up on me. My live streams are usually longer than this. It's just unique because there's football. And I am referring to U.S. football, not soccer. Jacob, where are you at? UK or... You may have told me earlier, but I've moved on since then because of my limited capacity. I think somebody said they were in Maine, unless that was on Dale's live feed I was watching. I don't remember. Or that could have even been last night. He's in Utah. I am in Texas. Hook and Saw says, it's been a while since I've seen the Star Wars. I can't remember anymore. I hear you. I had to watch them recently on Disney Plus. Disney Plus is pretty affordable if you are into watching all those movies and stuff. I wasn't sure I'd like them, but it made me reminisce and go back to the old original Star Wars movies. And, of course, The Mandalorian, where Baby Yoda come from. Him so cute, isn't he? I know. Good old Utah. I've never been there. I've been all over the world because my dad was career military. I was born in Okinawa, but we were only stationed there. I'm not actually Okinawan. Lived in Berlin, Germany from 1980 to 1982. My dad was 23 years, 7 months and a day, Special Forces Army. Yeah! I tried to get in the military, but my hearing wasn't very good. And I'm thinking, man, half the time they're yelling at you. What the heck is that? That's funny right there, but it's true. Oh. Hook and Saw is also in Utah, and it's cold and snowy there. I'm really sorry, man. I'm actually in a t-shirt, and I'm considering turning on the fan. Cache Valley. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. I haven't seen y'all in the live feeds before. That means a lot when new people join in. I can't always promise that I'll be mature, but I will answer questions and comments. I mean, I could sit here and stay serious and only address questions and this and that, but I also try to have fun while I'm doing this. But I hope y'all will subscribe and please hit that bell to be notified, because I will be doing another live feed today unless I get hit by a truck. Even then, I might try to slither in here and do a live feed. I probably should have researched to see which games are being televised in my area, because my team doesn't play till 3:25 p.m. But I want to see the Eagles game and hope they lose. But I don't even know if that's being televised. If I had known that, I might have continued the live feed. If it's not being televised, it's not. I don't really care about the other team. The Redskins and Giants are nowhere near catching us being the Cowboys. But the Eagles have a chance, so we want the Redskins to win. I think that's who they're playing. I should have checked that, because there might be no reason for me to cut off this dang live feed if they're not playing on TV, by God. But it's football. Jacob says, this is my first live with you, Charles. And Jacob, I hope I haven't run you off yet, but I appreciate it. I definitely hope y'all will click on subscribe and click on that bell, and you won't miss any live feeds. I don't usually just jump on live, which like I did this today, but usually I schedule it ahead of time. And there might be short notice for the late one on 6:25 my time ish. I don't know. The game starts at 3:25. Whenever it's over, I'll start another live feed unless I'm depressed. I'm kidding, because I probably will be depressed because the Rams are going to kick their butt. Hook and Saw says, nice, this live stream is better than going out to my cold garage. I hear you. And Jacob says, not yet. And because I don't pay attention to most of what I say, he says not yet, and I don't know what that's in referral to. Maybe he's saying I haven't subscribed yet. Oh, I haven't run them off yet. That's what it is. And Midnight Joker is in the UK. His name is Mike Kim. He's in the UK. Says, I'm dreaming of a warm workshop. I'm just dreaming of a clean workshop. Trust me, if I turn this camera around, y'all might never watch again. My shop is so cluttered and messy, and probably smells like an ashtray. But I try to put out good quality stuff. We've got 12 minutes. Scared me off. Okay, appreciate it, Jacob. You must be a patient feller, because I'm not half as funny as I think I am, but it's fun trying. But just for giggles, I can show you one of the, since a couple of you are first timers to the live feed, I'll show you one of the largest pieces I've worked on that is not done yet because it's so heavy and cumbersome. Let me move the light out of the way. Let me move the light further out of the way. Well, I'm not going to be able to, am I? That is Metallica. That is, I measured it the other day and I can't remember. That's the early lineup of Metallica. Hey, Mimi, you caught me about 12 minutes away from ending the feed, but I will be back later in the day. But hey, appreciate you watching again. That is one of the largest pieces I've worked on, but I'm double stacking it. It is so heavy and cumbersome. So I shot myself on the foot on that, but someday I will finish it. Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, so the biggest piece I've ever done was the Last Supper. I did that 6 feet wide. But yeah, I'm not going to show you any more of the shop because it's horrendously messy. But we're going to go back to here for about 11 more minutes. But don't worry, Mimi, I shall be back if you so choose to join me. And anybody else watching, we have 9 folks watching. I will be back later in the day. Please subscribe and click on the bell. And if you're on Facebook, or if you want to find me on Facebook, I go by The Charles Deering. All one word. I'm going to do this cut and a couple more, and then I'll go right until noon and then run into the house and pray there's good football TV. Metallica. I'm 99% country music, but I appreciate all genres of music except for blues and jazz and opera. But my heart and soul is country music because I love to sing, and yeah, just it gets my heart better. I have the new lineup of Metallica as well as that one I just showed you, the original lineup, as patterns on woodenvisions.com, and I also have individual patterns of each member, except for Cliff Burton, I think. Yeah, if you're interested. I have all kinds of country singer patterns. And I broke a blade because, that's what I do. Leonard Davis says, hello, Charles. Hello, Leonard. I noticed on another live show the other day that somebody called you Leonard. So you just can't fix stupid. But hello, Leonard. So I got 9 minutes left on this live feed, Leonard, but I will be back later in the day after football's done. So I hope you understand. So I hope you'll consider coming back. But I'm going to go right on scrolling for 8 minutes and some seconds. Mimi Lord says, my shop I share with my son, but when he moves out, I will expand. I hear you. Mine, I think my shop is like 12 by 32, but it's so bloody cluttered. Plus, I made part of it my office, so it's man, this shop is upside down, man. I got lazy about cleaning it. It's funny because I have so many cabinets in here, but not all of them have anything in them because I procrastinate too much. Ooh. But don't worry, anybody that's just now coming in, please be patient with me because I'm a football fan, so I got to stop the live feed to do that. After this cut, I'll probably sign off, but I really hope y'all will come back. Watch for notifications on Facebook and or YouTube. Hit that bell, and you won't miss nothing or anything. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to scroll this piece, and then I'll sign off. But I encourage y'all to come back. I will answer questions and comments if they're family friendly. But anybody watching for the first time, I hope you'll subscribe, hit the bell, and or add me as a friend on Facebook, B. Charles Deering. I believe my profile picture is a picture of me sitting at a saw. I don't remember. But Sunday is the only day I schedule my live feeds around TV. All right. So there was Jacob and there was Hook. There was Hook something. Dang it. What was it? Hook and Saw. I hope both of y'all will subscribe and hit that bell. But I appreciate all y'all watching. I will be back in approximately just a little over 6 hours. You have my word, unless something out of my control happens. But I appreciate y'all watching, and above all, by golly, I'll be back. Scroll on.